Welcome to paradise. Welcome to Fort King George. And we are here at one of the many forts in Tobago. As over the last couple of days, Acts 25 has been on location in Tobago, bringing to you some sights and songs and also talking to some of the young athletes in Tobago. And this is Mr. Gerard Murray, who is the tour guide for this fort. Welcome, and it's a pleasure to speak with you. Tell us a bit. I know that it's going to take a long time to tell us the whole history of this fort, but tell us a bit about this fort.
Okay. Now, this was the second fort built by the British in Tobago in the 1700s. The first was at Fort Granby, Mount St. George, to protect a town called Georgetown at Barbados Bay, called Barbados Bay because that's where the first shipment of sugar left Tobago for Barbados in that era. After 2 years, because there was a swamp near the town and malaria was so prevalent, the governor never landed. And the Lieutenant Governor, Mr. Young, was mandated to find a new capital for Tobago. He chose Scoreboard, and this is how we ended up with this fort at Fort King George.
Presently, what this fort consists? What can one come here to see? I know you have the different cannons in various positions. Tell us a bit more. I'm also seeing a sign for a museum. Tell us what can the public see when they come to this fort.
Well, this is a site for learning and relaxation. You have the museum, which goes back to the Amerindians and gives information about the Africans as well and Europeans. You also have the breeze, beautiful breeze. Many people love to just come up here and relax. And the site is allowed for the surrounding area, Scarborough and the other parts of Tobago. Many people can come here and take pictures of the ferry coming and going. And many people use this site for weddings as well.
But is this one of the oldest forts?
Well, yes. But there are other forts that were here before, for example, one at Dutch Fort. That is in Scarborough, because the Dutch were the Europeans first credited with having settled Tobago. But in terms of size and preeminence, this is the one.
Yeah. And is there a restriction? What are the hours you can come to view and see? What are some of the things that consist in the museum?
Well, as far as coming and going, it's 24/7, thus far. In the museum, you will see artifacts representing the Amerindian presence, then the African presence and European presence, and what it will show, this site does not just give you a military history or political history, but there's also the cultural aspects as well.
So again, it's Acts 25 on location in Tobago, Fort King George. We are here bringing it to you live and direct. So we're going to take a short break and we're going to bring you some more sights and songs of Tobago. So stay tuned.
The powder magazine compound, and the building you see here is made of brick, of stone, and it was built by the French in the 1700s. The French captured all of Tobago in 1781 and occupied Fort King George from 1783 to 1793. During which period they built a two-story structure originally, but they covered it with asphalt and it was built to store gunpowder. Gunpowder contains glycerine, which is highly volatile, which catches a fire very easily. And the asphalt got hot, but there was a massive fire and they renovated it. And what you see now, when you visit, this is what's left. Yes. So this is one room that you see here, and there are holes in the sides so that air could circulate and keep the environment cool. First you see there is African graveyard, and the trees are massive and strong. And that's the reflection of our forefathers. There are no signs here now, but if you go and look, you may find headstones there still. And as you look further on, you'll see Rocky Bay, and that area was very shallow, but it's still shallow somewhat because big ships cannot come in direct. They have to avoid that Red Rock area and get into Scarborough. And further along, you'll see lowlands Tobago. So you see a most beautiful sight from these two cannons facing west.
Okay, I have with me a Trinidadian, but rarely actually visiting Tobago, has traveled the world, so no better person to ask When you look at this fort, you have traveled the world. What's your view? What's your thought on this venue?
It can compete with any part of the world. I was in May, I was in the coast of Greece. I went on a Mediterranean cruise with my company, and this is absolutely beautiful. My son is in love. He's if you heard him just now, Mommy, I'm so glad you brought me here.
Is it the first time?
No, it has not, but I brought him here when he was a baby, and he has never come back since. So this is absolutely beautiful.
So what's your whole perspective when you think about Tobago? Because I mean, we hear so much Tobago is a paradise. It's a far.
If I can get my piece of land,
Yeah.
I will build and stay here. That's to tell you how I love it. I am in love with. I will go any part of the world. I just love home, and I love Tobago. Yes, I love Tobago.
Well, there must be something, one thing. What's that? Is it the quietness, the peacefulness?
It seems like when I'm in Tobago, it seems I'm in another part of the world. It's just not Trinidad and Tobago. The road seems to be better, the environment seems to be better, cleaner. I don't know. I'm wondering if I'm in the same country. You understand? It's so different. You know? Yes, it is totally different.
Well, let me thank you for sharing that with us. And you're on vacation, right?
Yes.
Well, let me wish you a happy vacation. Be safe and enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Well, Mr. Murray, it was indeed a pleasure. Let me wish you a good day. And thank you very much for spending this time and giving us some of your knowledge about this fort.
Yes, welcome.